Thank you for tuning in to No Flag Radio. I'm your host, P. In the game again, never be the same again. Today we talking about Dominique Clayton, a swirler, getting killed by her white boyfriend. So, Dominique Clayton, out in Oxford, Mississippi, was murked a few days ago by her white boyfriend, this psychotic, bloodlusting white police officer, Matthew Kinne. He's a married white dude at the time. I don't know if he's married now or whatever, but he's going through his shit right now. But she was killed by this dude that he was tricking bread on her and smutting her out. The usual routine with black women and white males. It's a tricking and smutting operation. And the police chief, Jeff McCutcheon, out there in Oxford, came out already soft padding the shit, trying to say, oh, well, the two that were possibly involved with each other. And we already know that these police spokespeople and police chiefs, they lie for the cops in the face of all the evidence when these cameras get in their face. This lady got shot, and that was it. She got laid down, and he did it. And motherfuckers will lie in front, like the shit that we saw, like with the Kevin Battle case, the shit that we, are beating into the ground right now with that case. Never trust the police spokesperson, the first motherfucker to come out speaking. Never trust the police chief, none of that shit, period, ever. And of course, the rest of the media is like at least turning the corner on the shit and trying to be somewhat honest about the fact that they were fucking around, right? They try to say they try to word it softly, trying to say they were romantically involved. And look, that's how racist white supremacist society tries to frame it. They try to make it seem like interracial relationships are some fairy tale thing in media when they get a chance to touch it and put a spin on it. They try to make it seem like this was some fairy tale relationship. Y'all don't fall for that shit. The man was married, and he had his little negress side piece, and she was probably about to blow up his spot, is what I'm saying. They try to make it into some hot burning love type shit. And just things went wrong. This was a passion crime. You see how they try to hide behind the word romance? I mean, they try to make room in the courtroom to say this was a crime of passion. Y'all see that shit? It's always war with racist white supremacist society in the courtroom. They always on code, and motherfuckers take that shit for granted. But this wasn't no damn romance. If it's love and romance, somebody don't end up motherfucking dead. Alright? And understand facts. When is it ever romance? When black folk be out here swirling and bed bucking and side piecing. There's never romance with a black person in this society who's sexually accessing somebody white. We're just going to talk about white people right now. It's always about a race-based power play that I constantly talk about on this channel. When you're dealing with them in that capacity, I know some people say, oh, it's okay to date interracially or fuck interracially as long as you don't be no coon. Nah, I don't agree with that shit. It's always a race-based power play dealing with them. It's a race-based power play being committed right in front of your eyes is what it is for real. We want to be naive about it, but to them, whiteness is whiteness making a display of a black. That whiteness has conquered enough with white narrative that they're willing to arm charm your black ass, willing to put you on them as a arm charm and be seen with you in public type shit, right? We thinking in one-to-one terms, individually. And notice I say that they're thinking about whiteness. Whiteness presenting a trophy out of black society. You understand? It's a fucking dog and pony show of Look at how I got this Negro falling over me world. Boy, white game show is nickel slick out here. You see? I want y'all to look at that. It's a show of we still got these Negroes' minds trapped by us. All right? We can kill them in the street. We can rob them for hundreds of years. We can imprison them. We can torture them, rape them, and they still feel honored to be in our presence. They still don't want to kill us. Well, I guess white supremacy is a great ass system. Just hang in there, white people. We can always find Negroes who will agree with them being objects to us. Right? You know, even though we're non-humans and even though they're the only 100% humans on earth, white supremacist brainwashing works so well if we just keep hitting them with it. They'll bow down. You can get you a lapdogging ass nigger too, right? That's the game that they playing day in and day out. They know a brainwashed, smutted out Negro is a trophy of what white supremacist society has conquered. That's what we say on this channel, all right? And it's always a motive with white supremacist society, always, because this shit ain't nothing new. And this thing here with Dominique Clayton, it happened in Mississippi. And on my video I did last week, I believe, that cop Robert McKeithen out there in Biloxi, I mentioned how slavery didn't officially end in Mississippi until 2013. So that slave mentality, that comfort level with whiteness as far as Negroes seeking a closeness with white society in a communal kind of way. You know what I mean? Just despite them devastating our well-being, despite them fucking up our well-being economically in a pointed, targeted way, them devastating our families in a pointed, targeted way, our communities in a pointed, targeted way, rewarding them with sex doesn't teach white supremacist society a lesson. It shows white supremacist society that, oh, it's open season on doing whatever the fuck we want with black people, and we got them so beat down in the motherfucking mind, they still clamoring to be around us. And that shit ain't the business. That shit gotta go. You know what I mean? Out there in Mississippi, look, man, y'all need to make sure that shit is being eradicated. And I know I'm preaching to the choir. I know I'm preaching to the audience who watched all my posts on how black folk, male and female, need to not play in that interracial dating or interracial sex fetish they put on us in this society. It's a death sentence in America if you black and you doing that type of shit. Because in the end, you ain't finna get no justice from it if your mate is gonna harm you, especially if they white. White people are a protected class. And I'm gonna get into how they protecting this Matthew Kinne character in a bit. Let me get his face up here too while we talking about it. What I want to put up the mug shot. I want to put up the perp walk. Let me put up the perp walk to start. We'll get his mug shot up there. That's his perp walk. Yeah, got to get that perp walk in. Got to get it. Got to see him in that perp walk, baby. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah, get his ass on the scene so they can let it be out there in the world. So these motherfuckers that's watching the shit can all be like, oh, that's how he look. You know what I mean? Always be able to put a face with their evil. You know what I mean? Get it out there. Let's make sure they get it out there, damn it. Straight real. But my feeling is, welp, about this Miss Dominique Clayton being, I want to say, because it's been uncovered that Dominique's Facebook, as they been pulling up her life and just the different entities in social media investigatory world been pulling up her life, her Facebook is full of posts of her mocking black people who get beat up by cops. So now the puzzle pieces are starting to fit into an orientation that I feel that they organically fit now with these swirlers and them getting killed and this shit. Yeah, now it's starting to make sense. It's starting to show a pattern. It's starting to show itself now. In the community post, I showed a Facebook post of hers from 2 weeks before she got killed, commenting on a brave young sister out there in Florida. This young warrior queen who had to get at the police out there who she saw was attacking another black female in her presence. And let me show y'all that video since I'm not on live and it ain't gonna be like skipping and none of that shit. Here's our beautiful young sister out there in Florida. Her name is Zaddy Yvonne Pittman. She not being a wimp around no punk ass cops. You understand? And this cop was being overly rough with a student, a girl. You know what I mean? And our young sister was like, I'm finna get at this motherfucker. Because that shit ain't the wave. So let me pull this up right fast so y'all can see what I'm getting at. See where these screens is at. Hold on. Apologize for the slowdown. I just had several screens up and all that shit kind of take time to deal with. Okay, let me get to it. Here we go. Got it up. I want y'all to take a look at this shit and just peep what I'm talking about. All right. So this is our beautiful sister, Zaddy Yvonne Pittman. Yeah, baby. Yeah, that's what need to happen. That's what the fuck need to happen. Fucking games, motherfucker. Yeah, y'all seen that, right? All I can say is I love to see my little sisters get down like that when it's time to get down. I love it, I love it, I love it. That's a warrior. Period. She got to be an Aries girl right there. She got to be an Aries. No emotion, just attack. Put that foot upside his nose. And that shit is all good with me. I love it, love it, love it. Love it, love it, love it. You know what I mean? So the school district, they're being on code about it. Let me read their little punk ass statement. Any behavior that endangers the well-being of students and staff at Miami-Dade County Public Schools won't be tolerated. It will be swiftly handled and result in severe consequences. The usual fuckery. When that behavior involves battery on a police officer, as it did today, offenders will be arrested and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. They go kicking that fullest extent of the law crap, punks. Students will also be disciplined according to the code of student conduct, up to and including expulsion. But fuck them. Fuck that shit, all right? That's how the shit's supposed to fly, what we just saw. That's how the shit's supposed to go, goddammit. Attack these race soldier police when they attack us. That's a human instinct. And she used a very sisterly instinct that kicked in this case. Okay? That's the motherfucking wave. That's the instinct we need to constantly be vibrating on and be in sync with. Because she probably saved that girl's life and diverted that race soldier's energy from her. She was a smaller girl, if y'all seen that, the one that was getting jumped on. The story is she was getting jumped by two people and she was fending them off. Then the motherfucking school officials, I'm sure it was probably somebody Latino, I'm going to say why, they called the fucking police. And this is at Homestead High School in Miami-Dade County Schools. So first of all, I'm going to say this. Don't send your black kids to Homestead High School in Miami-Dade County. They sick the police on black girls who are in the midst of defending themselves from multiple attackers. Notice they go out their way to adultify the response to the actions of the black children that were there, right? Even the simplest thing. They're defending themselves against an attack from multiple people. And that warrants violent police attack. All right? I want y'all to know that was a Latino race soldier. We're going to talk about Latinos real quick. That was a Latino jumping on her like that. They had to get his fucking nose kicked in with his punk ass. This predominantly Latino police force out there in Miami-Dade, we done seen them show out all year. We've been watching Miami-Dade show the fuck out in terms of their Latino police acting up against black people, predominantly black women. We've been watching them do this shit, right? We've been seeing that. They had a situation about a couple months ago where the sister called the police because somebody pulled a shotgun out on her. They over there roughhousing her, rough handling her. You know what I mean? They fired the officer or whatever, and I'm assuming some fucking lawsuits finna be raining down on their punk ass. But this predominantly Latino police force out there in Miami-Dade, they have a big problem with unleashing violent Latinos onto the black community. They have a very anti-black Latinos in Miami-Dade, and historically and presently. They're very anti-black. You know what I mean? And they have very anti-black cops. And that's because Miami-Dade has a very high Latino population, and I think they just feeling themselves in some kind of way, in a buck dancing ass kind of way. All right? They're kind of getting wired out there, and have been wired out there, I want to say, from my knowing history, to basically responding like how white supremacist society would most favorably want them to respond to their existence in America. These Latinos, right? These Latino police, all of these examples that we're seeing, right? And they picked up on that cue, y'all. I want you to understand. They picked up on the cue of not respecting black people. You know what I mean? They're now programming their communities that way and in this manner. Look at this picture from the photo log of Homestead High School. Let me pull up some shit on Homestead High School real quick. Homestead High School. Let me get to their life real quick. Homestead High School. Check this shit out. On the bottom, that's Homestead High School, right? On the top, what that shit say? Boricua por siempre, all right? Boricua por siempre. That means Puerto Rican always. Puerto Rican always at this predominantly Latino school. It's a predominantly Latino school. Next in line is black students. I got some charts on that I can pull up, and if y'all want to look at it, I'll pull them up. But I'm saying, y'all see that shit? That's just blatant racial exclusivity on display. Not know we in this together at this high school. Not know we in this together. Not no black-brown coalition. At Homestead High, it's Boricua. You don't know? Boricua means Puerto Rican. Ain't no black-brown coalition, big. I mean, they are taught from the minute they come off them damn boats and cross them damn borders that they ain't got to give a damn about black society as a group. They ain't got to respect black. This picture here, it came from the school photo log. They got like a photo log that they put out on the internet where you can look at the photos of the school. They got that shit up there, right? It ain't no, that's blatant racial exclusivity that they kicking out there. All right? So they come out here, like I said, with a mind state of they ain't got to give a damn about black society as a group. That shit filters over into their schools. And they, now in the police out there, they have a Latinized version of white supremacy to hide behind and cower behind in Florida that's going to back them up when they do shit, right? They gradually getting their weight up around this bitch. And you got idiot motherfucking black folk in 2019 still wishing and hoping for that Latin love. All you Latin lovers out there, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a bad thing. It's a big thing out here in Texas. You got a lot of black motherfuckers trying to get with Latin people like that's the shit. Motherfucker, these motherfuckers want you dead just like Whitey because Whitey pay them. Whitey bribe them. Whitey got a bribery system to make them do their bidding and try to keep the heat off their ass. You know what I mean? So you motherfuckers walk around talking about black and brown issues, black and brown this and that. They come in here singing a whole damn different tune. They singing the tune of we don't want no strike. And we ain't got to respect the native black population here. Kind of like how these vetted diaspora coons get groomed, you know what I mean? And in the police forces, we see this shit, right? And I've gotten at their chief out there in Miami-Dade, this guy named Edwin Lopez. I've gotten at him before. He was speaking up on this incident, really landed on thick for the police out there. I got his face up here. Can I pull up his face? I keep a log. I try to keep shit in the stash for y'all. Where's this idiot at? Damn idiot. There you go. That's the motherfucking Miami-Dade police chief, Edwin Lopez. He was really speaking on that issue where the sister had to jump in and intervene. He's speaking on that real cloy, real sweet, laying it on real thick for the police, which was clearly a Latin dude. You saw he's a Latino dude, right? He talking about on his Twitter, he talking about it's a shame that while this officer was attempting to break up a fight, it wasn't no fight. It was two people trying to double team one small girl and she was fending them off. But it's a shame while this police officer was attempting to break up a fight and maintain a safe learning environment, laying it on thick, bitch motherfucker, this adult student acted in a cowardly way rather than falling in line with MDCPS values. This adult student, all right, so our sister, she just hit 18, probably just turned 18. Probably just turned 18, Sade Pittman. All right, that's what I'm saying. She probably just turned 18. But you see, she's an adult student. So we know that's white supremacist coded language that they only take the liberty of using when somebody black. Adult student acted in a cowardly way. Not calling the white grown-ass adult male with 40 pounds of police gear on him and muscles attacking a small girl who was defending herself against attackers. Not calling him no fucking coward. Faggot-ass Latino motherfucker. Yeah, I said that word on my channel. Yo, that shit, yo, what? Motherfucker, what? That motherfucker, man. I mean, he on that. Notice how they take the liberty of using that kind of language when somebody black. Coward, an adult student. Adult, right? Out there in Parkland, Florida, y'all remember Nicholas Cruz. His motherfucking ass was 19 and shot up that school in Parkland, Florida a couple years ago. They wasn't talking about, no, he's an adult. They was talking about he's a kid. We don't know how these kids get these guns. We don't know how these kids get these guns. All right? That's out there in Florida, man. They had a dude named, what's this guy? I forget his full ass. He had a long ass name. Vargas. Pedro Vargas. Old guy. 43-year-old Cuban guy. This was in Miami-Dade County, as a matter of fact. And they humanizing him all through the media. He shot up 6 of his damn neighbors. Killed up 6 of his neighbors. You know what I mean? Talking about, oh, well, he had mental problems. He was a victim of gang stalking, and citizens were being deployed through federal law enforcement to try to target him emotionally and psychologically. They put up all kind of smoke screens when they out here doing dirt type shit. Motherfucker, understand white supremacist media. They know how to play that adult and kid thing. They know how to do the smoke screen. Motherfucking John Holmes, y'all remember his ass? Shot up that movie theater in Colorado. They was calling him a normal kid, a typical American kid, a smart kid, all of this shit. So we already know that's the bullshit. We already know they're going to turn black adolescents into full-grown adults the minute they get a chance to do it. Like I said, he probably just turned 18. And I've gotten at this Edwin Lopez dude on Twitter before, man. I've had to get on him about his blatant inactivity when different black people and black women just doing the right thing in life, black people in particular, have been roughhoused and manhandled by his police force. This is a big problem out there, and he's the one that just greenlighting all this type of shit out there. We got to come to terms that frame our thought around the fact that Latinos are a bribed, set-aside, accepting group in America. They get motherfucking set-asides out of what white supremacist society divvies up out of the residual income streams from slavery that they predatorily target our ancestors with. The prison industrial complex that they predatorily target us with. And every move they make is about ingratiating themselves to that infrastructure. You know what I mean? To white supremacist society, to white supremacy. These Latinos out here. So, y'all know I ain't playing with them. I got some more pieces coming on them. I started out my channel. One of the first things I did was dig into Latinos because I saw how a big problem it was out here in Texas with motherfuckers just swirling and acting like they the next best thing to black. And I'm like, nah, this is an enemy. So understand that. And they understand that white supremacist brutality toward black people, that's just another lane and another way for them to safeguard making it out here. That's a lane for them. Acting like they down with white daddy. Okay? Brutalizing us is how some of the predominantly Latino police forces tap dance for white society out there in Florida. They know Florida is motherfucking Trump territory. You got the Doral Hotel out there. So they 24/7 trying to please white society and trying to appease white society in a hyperdrive sort of fashion out there. They in hyperdrive, and they do it so they don't got the microscope up their ass about some citizenship status type shit. That's what's really going on. Y'all get me with that? A lot of these Latinos' papers be all the way fucked up in Florida. I'll pose a challenge right now. If you pulled up some of the family records of some of the exact police officers that are on the force out there in Miami-Dade County Police, in particular, under Edwin Lopez, pull up their family's paperwork, I bet you'll see all kind of illegal immigrant shit all through their families. You know what I mean? And the motherfuckers that's supposed to be enforcers of the law, they got all of that shit in their families, I'm sure, right? So going overboard with black society in terms of violence, that ain't no thing. It's going to get sanctioned from the top to the bottom of that police force because they don't want no heat. You know what I mean? There's no sense of coalition. There's no sense of camaraderie. None of that shit, that imaginary shit you got Democrats and the Breakfast Club, all these brainwashed niggas going on about. That ain't the game they playing. They thinking about long term, what can they do to stay off white daddy radar negatively and stay in the country and get set-asides. They don't want no heat up their assholes. You understand? That's the game being played. All we can do is continue to check their ass, like our young sister, Sade Yvonne Pittman. She's showing the community what should be done. I salute you, sister. Don't let nobody harm black people in your presence, period, ever, for no reason. Police, civilian, it don't matter. Because it set everybody black up for repeat, continued abuse. Just open season on everybody black. From every group. Like, this is supposed to be just us getting violated by every group. Everybody just taking turns at brutalizing black people into eternity in an effort to keep anti-black white supremacist society from being upset. Like, hell no. Hell no. And trying to feed that kind of diet of white supremacist society of them not being upset. I mean, like, nah. And let me show y'all this. This school that these sisters is at. This Homestead High. Just so y'all can get a picture. Try to see something about this school, man, because this ain't the first time we've seen a Latino school try to do dirty by black people. We had that Madison school out here not too long ago where that lady, Carlotta Outley, talking about all you parents coming up to the school, y'all got to dress a certain way. She was directing that toward black women, talking about, the different types of garb that black women wear when they just dressing down type shit. Dressing that up for white society toward black women so she can get a Scooby snack from Ellen DeGeneres who been filling her bag up, keeping her paid. That type of shit, right? And I pulled up the stats on Madison School. Y'all remember that? Showing y'all how horrible that school is as a fucking school, right? Y'all remember that? They rank lowest in the goddamn state. They in the bottom 2%, some shit like that of the damn state. Real low, real fucked up as a state. Compared to the rest of the schools in the state, right? Y'all remember that, right? So what do you motherfucking know with this school here, this Homestead High? Let me just show you some stats real quick. If y'all can't read that, that says is Homestead High is what, 53%, no, 54% white, 43% black. That's what you're looking at. No, I'm sorry, 54% Hispanic. I'm sorry, 43% black. It's like 3% Asian and some other smaller pie of Asians and other mixtures or whatever. And what they have is like a diversity score. They got a diversity score of the school. They got a diversity score of the state or whatever. And as far as what kind of diversity they got. And they only judging diversity, I guess, by, what, out of all different types of ethnic groups, what is the, I guess, average or kind of baseline value or whatever. And as far as the discrepancy between each group or whatever, maybe I'm guessing that's how they figure it out. I haven't checked how they actually figure it, but notice that percentage though. It's more Hispanics there than it is black folk. They call them Hispanics, but call them Latino. So we seeing that, right? Let's get to this shit. This say, if y'all can't read that, Homestead Senior High School serves 1,840 students in grades 9 through 12. The percentage of students achieving proficiency in math is 18%, which is lower than the state average in Florida of 54%. So the state average is 54% of the students have a proficiency in math. At that school, it's 18%. So this is a horrible motherfucking school. They don't know how to fucking count around that bitch, but they know how to bring in the fucking police when somebody's defending themselves against two people. And then the police got to get checked. Oh, well, should have shut your stupid ass up. Your dumb ass police ass should have been showing up with some goddamn chalkboard and some goddamn numbers to show these kids how to fucking know how to do math and how to count their fucking money. The percentage of students achieving proficiency in reading is 24%, lower than the state average in Florida of 52%. This is what's going on in Florida. That's how we seeing a George Zimmerman walking around that bitch. A dumb motherfucker like him. Motherfuckers is products of shit like this. Homestead Senior High placed in the bottom 50% of all schools in Florida. In math proficiency, they're in the bottom 50%. Reading, they're in the bottom 50%. Minority enrollment is 97% of the student body is minority. So that's majority Hispanics, what they're saying. So minority enrollment, everybody that ain't white. So it's 3% non-white and majority Hispanic. But that's just the stats around that part of it. I don't think that has any, I mean, we know it's a Latino school. And we know that what they call minority enrollment. All right, say what you want to say. Latinos are 18% of the motherfucking population in America. Black folk, 15% of the population. Motherfucker, it ain't no joke. We 15.1%. I mean, motherfucker, and it's probably more than that. Just motherfuckers don't want to claim black. A motherfucker asked me on my live maybe about a month ago, was like, yo, what you think about the Afro-Latino girls? I went in on Cardi B, giving drugs to black men, knocking them out, and then raping them with transsexuals. I went in on her, right? And the different motherfuckers I was caping for her, right? Motherfucker asking me, well, what about Afro-Latinos? I was like, look, that's why I don't fuck with Latinos. I don't fuck with all this fucking with Latino chicks. You're setting yourself up to die, to be killed, dumb nigga. Somebody asked me in the chat, what about the Afro-Latina? No, it goes back to what I was saying about the people who want to claim the fucking biracial. Motherfucker, if you out here claiming you biracial, claiming you Afro-Latino is like claiming you biracial. That's the same off-code bullshit. You either one or the other. If Afro-Latino means you trying to be something else that you're not. You trying to claim something else. You trying to muddy it up. I don't appreciate that shit. Get the fuck out of my face. You know what I mean? And I was cordial with the person who put the, who put the fucking comment up. But I was like, look, man, you know what I mean? No. If it ain't just black, it don't need to be around me. If she ain't just black, I don't want to hear from her. I don't want to know nothing about her life. She need to get the fuck away from me now. Is what I was kicking to him. And, that's the world I'm in. But look, so my point is, man, they're doing horrible at a school with all these Latinos there while sanctioning anti-black activity. All my people out there in Florida, listen. The schools out there are on white supremacist code with the police. They will call the police on your child. So have your bail ready. There shouldn't be a black child at a predominantly Latino school in Florida walking around where the kid don't got bail for having to retaliate against them. Because understand, look, they tried to hit the sister Pittman, Sade, tried to hit her with this 5,500 bail. She got out. Hit her with some charges. Assault on a police officer type shit. But walk around with bail. Walk around with bail like a motherfucker. Understand that. And let your kids know that there is no black-brown coalition. Okay? Latinos will do the most against your child, even when your child is in the right, like what we saw with this situation here, or even with the most benign things. Oh, this black teen threw a fucking spitball in class. Call 911, call the whole precinct down. Florida has a very nasty, nasty history in regards to black students. So, with that, I kind of got off on a tangent with that, but, you know, I want to touch down with the family of Sade. And, you know, I'm going to send her family, if I can get in contact with her family, I'm going to send her a Don't Harm Black People in My Presence pack. I'm going to give her the shirt, the phone case, the leggings, whatever she wants in a pack. You know what I mean? On my channel, we reward when the black community do on-code behavior. I'm the one that started the rewarding good behavior out here. We got to, we got to start rewarding good behavior. Young sister wasn't pulling out no camera. You know what I mean? This Pippin wasn't pulling out no camera yelling to stop, 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 no, 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 like some punk. She was getting in there, you know what I mean? And I need this type of shit in my life so I can feel the sense of balance in and around this motherfucker. Oh, y'all didn't think I was just coming to my channel to hear me going about Dominique? Nah. No, that was really what I wanted to go on and on was just, you know, her issue. But, you know, we got to, you know, you're going to get a little bit of that energetic release that I talk about that we need as a people, because, you know, as a population, we kind of grown numb to story after story after story of black people ain't shit, black people being in grief all the time, this black grief porn that's been made into a commodity out here by a lot of people on, you know, different social outlets and so forth, and I ain't with it. Y'all know me, I ain't with it. And we gonna feel the motherfucking release over here, goddammit. I mean, and y'all know I'm the guy who started the intel bounties on anti-black people and businesses and shit like this. This type of shit right up my alley. Reward the good behavior. This is good behavior that we seeing. And I'm gonna try to reach out to a few of the faces, you know what I mean, that are in that area that I can get in contact with. See if we can find this young queen to reward her. Straight up. Sade Yvonne Pittman. If any of my viewers know her, yo, reach out to her or have her give me an email. Or if you're watching Sister Pittman, the sister that's in the video, yo, have your daddy email me, have your mama email me, or whatever. Because our sister bringing needed violence to a race soldier that was attacking a child. She was protecting somebody who was already being victimized and assaulted by multiple attackers. She's the victim. And she came through with help. So, but that's great. But back to this Dominique character. I don't want to get too far on that. I just like to point out certain things because, you know, we want to look at where this mentality sits of how could a motherfucker be sitting up laughing at black people as they're being abused. That really gets to me. I don't even like, y'all notice I don't do posts like that about black folks just getting abused and that's just a post. Like, nah, motherfucker, I want to do posts about when the enemies get killed. That's all I really, really feel. And when I introduce this new chapter to my damn channel, this brand new chamber, y'all gonna pay. I'll be like, ah, yeah, that's what he was talking about. And that shit, So yeah, and this is all gonna be YouTube friendly type shit. I mean, I've researched it. This is YouTube friendly shit that I'm about to bring. But anyway, back to this Dominique Clayton character and what she was saying on Facebook. Let me see. Did we pull up her Facebook post so y'all can see that shit? And the Facebook post, you see how the video is. It says, officer kicked in face. Video from an altercation inside a Florida high school shows a student kneeing and then kicking the police. Great. But her comment at the top on the Facebook shit says, he should have kicked her ass back. This Dominique Clayton, who got murked by Matthew Kinne, a police. All right? Murkt. So she's one of these black people who cheer on violence against black people. She's one of these people we've seen before cheering on the abuse of black children by police. We've seen this shit in the past, and just with different instances where people are abusing black children, and there's a pool of people, a population of cooning ass, shucking and huckabucking Negroes cheering the shit on. Like with that case of the 51-year-old motherfucker that punched that 11-year-old at that mall, David Bell. Y'all remember him? All manner of coon came out. A whole bunch of motherfuckers who I thought wasn't going coon came out cooning and cheering him on, right? And we got to realize that this don't protect black children energy exists as a poison amongst our people, as a byproduct of making light of violence against black people. It's a culture in America to make light of violence against black people. That's what America was founded on, was being violent toward black people. All right? And in this generation now, it's made spectacle of through social media. It's like a lane for motherfuckers to get clout. If you got the latest motherfucking grief porn on deck showing black people being violated and the energy and all that, it's out there, and it exists to such an extent where I say we got to check it. One thing about the case of Dominique, that dismissive energy for the life of a black child and the black children involved there at Homestead High School, yo, what can we say? That energy came around to meet her in the form of death, in your boy P's opinion. Y'all see that? You see, I look at the energy that's at play. Dominique, according to the report, she has 4 kids, 4 black kids. Yet, she walking around cheering on violent attacks on black children. Let me get her boyfriend up here that killed her. Motherfucker. What the fuck this shit is out here? She cheering on that type of shit. And what have I told y'all on this channel countless times? Karma says, oh, you think some shit is funny? You think that's funny? Oh, you like that shit? And you think it's worth 1 million laughs when you're watching something cruel happen to people as you're an onlooker and you're not involved in it? Okay. So surely you will also think it's funny when that energy becomes present around you because you think it's something that's funny. You thought it was funny when you were watching it. Y'all have heard me say this, right? Okay. And I don't think people like Dominique understand how this energy game works. Whatever frequency you soaking on all day, be you the 432 hertz, the 528, the 741, the 852, the 963, I mean, whatever your Zen level is at. For all my energy needs out there that really understand that frequency game. Oh, y'all. The universe says, oh, okay, that's your water level. That's your comfort zone. Then let me at least wash you in that comfort zone so you can have some comfort in life. I'm the universe. I just want to help you out and help you feel comfortable where you at. The universe is a friendly thing. The universe meets you where you at. It meets us where we at. It's a real simple 1-2 correlation, especially when you're talking about being melanated and being able to take in all of the frequency signatures in the universe. That's how the shit go with us. So the universe is trying to take care of you. Miss Dominique Clayton. I mean, universe is trying to make sure you feel comfortable. Trying to make sure you comfortable in the form of whatever energy that you like to surround yourself with. If you're comfortable in the energy and the vibration level of these fear-based, scared-ass white boys in police uniforms, these anti-black racist white supremacists, race soldier fraternity frequencies in the form of sentient beings that represent all of what I just said, all of what she was. And then, yo, what happened? A being by the name of Matthew Kinne and all of the other potentially anti-black race soldiers that she was out here gallivanting with came into her life. Oh, hold up. Y'all heard me say race soldiers, right? Plural, right? I didn't misspeak when I said that. I didn't misspeak. So evidently, yo, this Dominique Clayton, she has a history of swirling with white cops. This is all from my Facebook. So, sound like to me, bitch thought she was one of the gang, being an anti-black motherfucking pass around amongst a lot of the town's probably racist ass cops out there in Mississippi, out there in fucking Oxford. You know what I mean? And now she paid for it. That's why she gets the hashtag Whelp. I'm gonna make a series called The Whelp Files, goddammit. I mean, because this type of shit gonna keep coming up, and I need us to be able to get this release of energy. And she probably got all kind of stories of, you know, she probably got all kind of dirt on the police, or she had all kind of dirt on the police. But if she lives, she probably got all these stories of the diseases that these cops got out there, all the abortions she been having for them. She'll probably try to make a fucking tell-all book out of this shit. And they probably got wind of the shit and was like, bitch, you know too much dirt about the fucking force, ho. And you black out here basically prostituting yourself to the whole precinct and all that shit, all the little cops out here. We know you a come-up driven bitch. We know you looking to have one of the police officers in divorce court with their wives because your motherfucking ass thirsty. You don't know how to be disciplined to the virtue and to the virtue a woman's supposed to have and be disciplined to principle. Bitch, that ain't nothing that you won't do to get your way. If you fucking the whole crew type shit, you know what I mean? This is what they thinking. Like, bitch, if you a pass around bitch, it ain't really nothing that your ass won't do. And to them, motherfucking Matthew Kinne was like, hey, yo, this bitch looking for a place to land with her loose ass ways. And all the cops out there was like, man, yeah, that bitch is just trying to hedge her bets against the whole police force if need be. Fucking with a whole fucking police force, you know what I'm saying? They probably happy she dead out there, the police. They probably breathing a sigh of relief that she gone. Ain't no telling what this lady Clayton was up to. I wouldn't be surprised if she was pregnant by this Matthew Kinne fellow. And then he found out. And she said she was going to keep it. And I don't give a fuck. I'm going to fuck up your relationship with that white bitch you got. Because I don't give a damn. I'm going to use the system against you. That's what probably happened. Because he was already in too deep with this chick. He was tricking on her. He bought her a car. He put the car in his name, which makes me kind of say, okay. So he knew he planned on breaking it off with her. You know what I mean? They say he was going to buy her a house. And probably that shit was going to be in her name too. So he was doing the most. As a goofy, he was probably tricking the hardest out of all the cops she was fucking with, probably. So he got mad, is my conjecture. But this is what we're going to be doing on the Whelp Files, y'all. All you Coonette and Baboon motherfuckers looking for an end into the good graces of white supremacist society and the other groups who are being bribed to hate black people and mistreat black people out here. Then you pay for it. Then I laugh. I mean, motherfuckers looking to have an end into the good graces of Latinos and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I know that cop that got kicked in the face for assaulting that black female child out there at Homestead High, a baby. She was a baby. He looked like a Latino. Dominique probably fucking with Latino cops too. Had them tricking too. So you out here, or you were out here, Dominique. If your spirit is listening to me now, Dominique, yo, what was you doing when you was on Earth? You was out here lick fucking because you seen a lick. You out here check fucking, trinket fucking because you found the goof Zaddy out here. And he put you in the fucking dirt with no consequences. They talking about giving him a bail hearing for this motherfucker next week for murder. Give him a bail hearing next week to where they can try to give him a bail. He already got fired. That was a good move. He got charged. That was a good move. But white supremacist society is going to follow a code with this. They're going to follow the code that they use with their bed witches and bed bugs. I don't know what motherfuckers think they don't got a specific way of handling interracial swirling ass bed bug deaths. Interracial swirling ass bed witch deaths in this society. You motherfuckers is getting discarded to the nth degree. They can literally discard of you in a fucking hole somewhere and they get taken in alive. Which I brought up in my video telling black parents to train your daughters to leave Brad the fuck alone. How the white male is the most protected male in society. And black women by comparison are in no way protected fucking with Brad, who can kill your black behind and be taken in alive, which he shouldn't be. Alright? Y'all remember that video, right? And, you know, my fucking YouTube, you know, they made sure to take that shit down. I saw that. They made sure to take that shit down, but you know, of course you can find that shit on my Black Junction. Black Junction, that's the G shit right there. Check out my account there, but this is the world we in. I wish motherfuckers act like they know that this is the world we in and quit seeing these other races as options to go with. It's always an ulterior motive when they consort with you interracially. It's always some sort of robbing you being planned, be it through divorce court, life insurance, whatever, for you basketball playing sports ass niggas. It's always something. It's always a system to walk your non-black ass or your non-black mate, they motherfucking ass, into the promised land of non-justice. They're gonna always get a leg up to get the favor shown to them out of this shit. They're gonna always get the fucking kid gloves that they don't deserve while your black ass get kicked. And your family sitting up talking about, well, my son, daughter, oh, my baby, they love everybody. Even if they was white, they was cool. My baby, he loved everybody. My daughter, she ain't seen no color. Yeah, They had non-black friends. Yeah, right. Motherfucker better recognize, man, we're in a system that's set up particularly to where only black people don't have the luxury of non-black friends and shit like that. It's set up particularly to where only black people don't have the luxury to love everybody. And a motherfucker, black person, you dead meat walking, acting like that ain't what's up. That's all I'm gonna say about it. But anyway, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to press that notification bell so you know when I'm dropping. Check out my Teespring. That shit got classic shit. Y'all motherfuckers need to check the hell out. Let me get it, y'all.